If I could have everyone's attention, please, we'd like to get started. For the benefit of everyone in the audience, we audio and video record our meetings. So for the board, I ask that you please remember to hit your little button when you have something to say on the record, and then hit it when you're finished, so we make sure to capture all of your relevant comments. With that, I will turn it over to Director McGallis, our Finance Committee Chair.
Thank you, and I call the Finance Committee to order. Would the Secretary please call the roll?
Director Anderson? Where did he go?
He's here somewhere. He's here.
Oh. Great. Well, now I have to put him as absent at the moment. Director Colson? Here. Director Kotel?
Here.
Director Lewis?
Here.
Director Melvin? Director Troiani?
Here.
Director McGallis?
Here.
We currently have a quorum of 5 present with 2 absent. If the record would also show that Directors Frega, Fuentes, Higgins, Pang, Ross, Sager, and Chairman Dillard are all also present.
Thank you. Item number 2 is approval of the minutes from the meeting held on August 23rd. Any questions or comments or changes? If not, could we have a motion? A motion by Director Lewis, seconded by Director Taranti. Roll call.
Director Colson? Yes. Director Kotel?
Aye.
Director Lewis?
Yes.
Director Troiani?
Aye.
Director McGallis?
Aye.
5 ayes and 2 absent.
Thank you. Item 3A is a report on the monthly financials for August 18. B.
Presenting today will be Doug Anderson.
Good morning. Today I'm presenting the year-to-date financial results through August. The August results were good and moved the year-to-date net result and regional recovery ratio in an improving direction. System ridership through August was 2.8% lower than prior year, but 0.4% higher than budgeted. In August, we again saw a year-over-year decrease in ridership of about 3%, consistent with previous months as shown by the orange bars on the chart. Each service board has lost ridership in 2018, as was expected given the fare increases implemented earlier this year. Back on the summary table, CTA and PACE ADA reported year-to-date ridership results above budgeted levels, while Metra and PACE recorded ridership shortfalls of over 2% through August. Operating revenue was $8.7 million, or 1.1% unfavorable to budget. The shortfall is primarily due to the 50% reduction in assumed reduced fare reimbursement funding from the state. PACE's operating revenue variance was 5.7% unfavorable, highlighted in red, as unfavorable ridership led to unfavorable fare revenue on top of the reduced fare funding reduction, while ADA paratransit is highlighted in light blue due to favorable fare revenue and ancillary revenue. The public funding section of the dashboard shows that results are tracking very close to budgeted levels. July is looking to be another surprisingly strong sales tax month, with results projected to be 4.6% higher than 2017 prior to the 1.5% state surcharge. One reason for the higher sales tax is improved results in our largest sales tax category, which is automotive and filling stations. Gasoline prices have been about 15% higher than 2017, and we do receive RTA sales tax from those gasoline purchases. System-wide operating expenses through August were $32.4 million, or 1.8% favorable to budget, with each service board reporting favorable results. Metro results were 3.2% favorable, highlighted in light blue, due to favorability in all categories except fuel and power. At the regional level, favorable operating expenses and public funding more than offset the unfavorable operating revenue, producing a net result which was $25.7 million favorable to budget, an improvement of $8.2 million from last month's result. Only CTA's net result was unfavorable due to the impact of lower reduced fare funding on CTA's operating revenue. Through August, the regional recovery ratio of 51.9% continues to increase and is now favorable to budget by 0.5 percentage points. The fair revenue recovery ratio of 37.4% and the all revenue recovery ratio of 43.5% were both significantly higher than prior year, reflecting the impact of the service board fare increases. In the right section, CTA's recovery ratio lags budget by 0.4 points due to their operating revenue shortfall, while Metra's recovery ratio was significantly higher than budget, driven by favorable revenue and expense performance. In summary, with 8 months of 2018 completed, the service board results and regional recovery ratio are looking very solid, as expenses have been controlled to offset the impact of lower reduced fare funding from the state. That concludes my remarks. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. We see once again the fare not quite covering all the costs that we have, but certainly the service boards are maintaining their expenses, and that's really what's saving us at this point. Any questions or comments of anybody? Yes, Director Lewis.
Would you review, you said that the increase in gas prices gives us more revenue. Would you go over that again? I just want to hear what you said.
Sure, because we do receive a direct RTA sales tax on all purchases, but also gasoline. So when gasoline is purchased, there's the RTA 1.25% tax on that in Cook, and 0.5% in the Collier counties. So there's a direct revenue to the RTA. So when gas prices increase, purchases increase, and that drives our RTA sales tax higher.
In our model, do we forecast a number for prices? Do we have any kind of a variable where we look at what we think expected gas prices are going to be and use that as a revenue forecast?
We don't forecast at that granularity. We forecast the sales tax growth at a higher level rather than decomposing down to that level. So,
Any other questions or comments? Thank you very much. Next item is item 4A, which is an ordinance authorizing the special amendment to the 2018 to 2022 capital program. Jill?
Thank you. I'm going to turn this over to Tatiana Jane to cover this brief capital amendment.
On the top.
Good morning, Director Magalis and members
morning.
of the Finance Committee. We are here to request approval of an ordinance amending the 2018-2022 capital program and incorporating changes to program revenues and expenses for Metra. Metra requested this special amendment to add new funding from the Federal Railroad Administration for fiber optic train control, positive train control communication systems on Rock Island Line and Southwest Service, and to reprogram some of the current and previous year funding to other projects. Let me walk you through the changes we are recommending in this ordinance. This month, we are asking to approve a total funding increase to the 2018 capital program of $37.43 million, and that affects only 2018 year. This increase consists of $22.98 million of new federal discretionary funding and $14.45 million of realigned, previously programmed local funding. In addition, Metra also programmed $3.4 million of current year funding that does not affect the total revenue of 2018 year. The new federal funding and a portion of the reprogrammed Metra funding, $25.23 million, will be used for positive train control. And the balance of the reprogrammed Metra funding, $15.6 million, will be applied towards the locomotive purchase initiative. The details of the funding changes are included in the ordinance schedules, schedules 2A and 2B. Attached to the ordinance, and RTA staff has reviewed these requests and found them to be justified, as outlined in the ordinance request memo. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have regarding this ordinance request.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? It's pretty straightforward. Is that Grant?
Yep.
If not, could we have a motion and a second? Motion by Director Lewis, second by Director Tarani. Roll call.
Director Anderson,
Yes.
Director Colson, Director Cotel,
Aye.
Director Lewis,
Yes.
Director Triani,
Aye.
Director McGallis.
Aye.
We have 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Is there any other business to come before the committee? If not, motion to adjourn. Motion by Director Tarani, second by Director Lewis. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Committee is adjourned. Thank you.